Hey everyone, it's Bret, and sometimes I wear a beanie, and all that really means is that at some point this week I realized that I wasn't going to be able to finish the gameplay footage I was working on, so hopefully I'll have it for next week's video instead. This week, I just wanted to talk to you about some updates. Everyone's favorite thing, but it is the end of the year, so I wanted to actually update you guys on my two primary series. That's I'd Run That in a War and wikiHow. First things first, these changes, these updates, what have you, are not in response to COPPA. They're not in response to the possible changes that COPPA will bring. I'd been thinking about these before, and it just so happens that around this time we are still discussing COPPA and wondering what's going to happen in 2020. So there might be other things that happen to change next year because of COPPA that pertains to these series. I'm not sure, but my decisions for what's coming next is not because of the fear of COPPA. So let's start with the first one, the one I've actually been doing, I'd Run That in a War. I think it's been another fantastic year of I'd Run That in a War. This is its second season, so I've just been going by years equal season. So the first season was in 2018. The second season is 2019. And so all things work out well. We should have episode 19 by next week or the week after to wrap up 2019. So that's like 9 or 10 more episodes depending on when the last year hit. Close to that. But I've really enjoyed this series, and I think that's it's a testament that I keep making these videos, and I've made one almost every month. I was just going back through my log of games this year, and I found that by the end of December, I will have gone to 18 different Nerf games this year, which is good. That's actually more than I did last year, and it's been a lot of opportunity to do I'd Run That in a War. And because I've had the potential to go to so many games, I've been able to make that series work. I am still planning on next year. There will be a season 3. There will be I'd Run That in a War season 3. I might slow down how often a video gets posted because, you know, you're looking at about once every other month at the very least for this. Maybe that will be the same, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. So long as I have games to go to, I will keep trying to have I'd Run That in a War be a staple to my channel. But I am not at this time planning on a season 4. Now that could change for any number of reasons. Season 3 could also be short for any number of reasons. It might end at episode 25. At some point, you just have to say, all right, and that's the end of that. And now we move on to something else. My ability to make this series work is obviously primarily based on games that I can go to and blasters I have at my disposal to run. And so far, both of those have been good. And I've been very blessed to have some fine folks in my area who support my kind of crazy loadouts and encourage them and run them as well, and have games that also just work really well with them. So until that changes, that's the plan, but don't be sad, it's still gonna be going. I just wanted to let you know that it's not gonna span into the end of time. There's more things I want to run that, if I keep doing I'd Run That in a War all the time, then I may not have a chance to use my own stuff. I just showed off my own arsenal, and you realize how I don't get to use my own things as much. Kind of have to put a priority on those every now and then too. Now let's talk about the other one. So wikiHow. What's funny about wikiHow is like, if you're newer to my channel, you may not even realize that I do this series. wikiHow was kind of my first main series though, and I'm proud of wikiHow. It was a part of me when I was a lot younger. It was, when I was first getting into Nerf, that was one of the first things that I found, and 5-6 years later, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna show it off to other people on the internet. And it really picked up steam. My wikiHow videos are some of my most popular ones on YouTube, and I am fairly certain that because of those videos, I have the following that I do now. My channel is the size that it is as a result of all of my wikiHow videos. They also give me the best and worst comments, so thanks guys if you leave your negative comments on those. Most likely you watching, you don't, but I'm just saying. But wikiHows can be edited by anyone, and I've gotten comments in the past where people have said, I've fixed this article. And there's a lot of articles out there that have now been altered. Anyone can do that. It's fine. That's just how wikiHow works. But when you then go to look for, say, like a new Nerf article, a lot of them have been updated recently. And that doesn't mean that you can't react to it and make a video about it like, I would, but it's different, right? Because they're changing it because of me. And so the saddest thing is that, in a way, I have ruined wikiHow for myself. The videos obviously exist as they are, so if you want what was written at some point in time, you can see the video and it will still be there like that because screenshots. But now, if you go to almost any article I've ever reviewed from wikiHow, it's not the same. It's been edited. I mean, sometimes it's been edited in a good way, which is good, right? But I kind of like wikiHow because it's not good. It's a weird position to be in. I think you understand that. Not every wikiHow article is good for a video. I've had plenty of people suggest ones over time, and I'm just like, no, that's way too long, or no, this is completely reasonable, therefore it's not silly. Like, I'm not going to poke fun at it or, laugh about it with you guys. That's kind of the dilemma I'm in right now. The bright side is that I knew this was happening, and so I've screenshotted 4 different wikiHow articles that are just sitting on my computer. I don't remember when this was. Oh, wow, has it really been that long? Yeah, it's been that long. At the end of 2018, almost exactly a year ago. That is weird. I screenshotted 4 articles because I saw that things were getting updated, so it's been a year since I made those decisions on these articles I do want to make reviews on in the future, but I just haven't gotten to them. I mean, my last wikiHow article was literally half a year ago. Whoops. I think after those 4 wikiHow articles that I have planned, I think I'm done. And maybe there will be new stuff that comes about that's like, oh, that's good to review. And there will probably be other articles that I'm like, I want to talk about that because that's funny. But wikiHow is, what's the point if, people are now aware or making changes because they know that my videos exist? Before, it was very organic. People were doing it on their own, and I came in and was like, oh my gosh, some people came up with this. I need to make a video about that. But now that my videos exist, they've been the catalyst for some people to make better articles. Again, nothing wrong with making better advice out there in the world of wikiHow. Or even worse, people deciding that, oh, this guy makes like reviews of like bad advice, well, I'm gonna put in really bad stuff. But it's because they know that I'm doing what I'm doing. So once again, I ruined it. Thanks, Beret. Which is a kind of unfortunate thing. You can disagree if you like to, but that's kind of how I feel in the end. So that's kind of my update. It's not bad. It's kind of sad. I don't know. It depends. But there's still going to be videos. As time goes on, we change. We change what we put out there. People react differently to different sorts of videos, and they request different things. I kind of just don't want to be posting the same stuff 5 years down the road. 2020 will be about 3 years of me making videos in this fashion on YouTube, so that's a good amount of time. I swear, good things still to come. Maybe we'll talk more about COPPA, depending on what happens going forward. I keep it in the back of my brain because I'm not super concerned just yet after I talk to someone, and then I get a little more concerned after I talk to someone else. So I don't think it's worth stressing about just yet. If you want to follow me elsewhere because you are concerned about like what COPPA might do, remember I do post on Instagram, and I'll try to get better on posting on Facebook more frequently. Those are 2 other great spots where I do post regularly enough. But it's okay. We will get through all this, and we will have fun doing it. A lot of stuff planned for next year, regardless of the YouTube stuff. Thanks everyone for bearing with me. I know this is just a talking episode thing, but I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.